Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today for our presentation. Today, we're exploring Prithvi's cosmos, and I'm thrilled to introduce our topic. Upcoming celestial events from April 13 to 15, 2026. Over the next few minutes, we'll take a look at some incredible astronomical events to look forward to in the near future. So let's get started. On the 13th of April, we will witness an exciting astronomical event, the conjunction of Mars and Neptune. This means that these two planets will appear very close to each other in the sky from our viewpoint on Earth. During this conjunction, both planets will become visible in the dawn sky. You'll notice them rising at around 23:51 Indian Standard Time, just before midnight. They will gradually climb higher, reaching an impressive altitude of 73 degrees above the northeastern horizon before the first light of dawn begins to break around 05:13. It's important to note the brightness difference between the two planets. Mars, with a magnitude of 0.3, will be quite visible and relatively bright, making it easier to spot. Neptune, on the other hand, is much dimmer, with a magnitude of 7.9, so you'll need a clear, dark sky and perhaps binoculars or a telescope to see it clearly. This conjunction is a great opportunity to observe how planets can come close in our sky, even though they are actually millions of kilometers apart in space. It's a beautiful reminder of the dynamic nature of our solar system and how celestial events connect to the broader theme of understanding our cosmic neighborhood. Today, I want to highlight how well-placed Centaurus A is for observation. On the 13th of April, this galaxy will be ideally positioned in the night sky. You'll be able to see it between approximately 23:32 and 03:30, which gives us a good window for viewing. It becomes accessible around 21:32, when it first rises above the southeastern horizon at an altitude of about 21 degrees. That's a great height to start observing comfortably. As the night progresses, Centaurus A reaches its highest point in the sky at 00:21, when it peaks at 34 degrees above the horizon. This is the best time to get a clear, unobstructed view. Understanding these timings is key to planning your observation session, especially since its position changes throughout the night. This highlights how celestial objects like Centaurus follow predictable paths, making them accessible at specific times and altitudes. It's a perfect example of how astronomy can be both fascinating and practical for observers. On the 13th of April, Omega Centauri will be in a great position for observation. You'll notice it becoming visible in the evening sky, starting around 21:19. At that time, it will be just rising above the southeastern horizon, reaching an altitude of about 17 degrees. That means it will be relatively low in the sky, but still easy enough to spot with a clear view. As the night progresses, Omega Centauri will climb higher, reaching its highest point at around 00:21. At that peak, it will be 29 degrees above the horizon, which is quite a good altitude for observing detailed features. This timing is important because it shows us the best window for viewing this spectacular globular cluster, which is one of the most prominent in the southern sky. Understanding when it rises and reaches its highest point helps us plan our observations to enjoy its full beauty. This fits into our overall theme of understanding the best times to observe these fascinating celestial objects. Today, I want to talk about the Whirlpool Galaxy and its visibility on April 14th. So, on this date, the galaxy will be well placed in the night sky, making it a great target for observation. It becomes accessible around 7:34 p.m. when it rises to an altitude of about 21 degrees above your northeastern horizon. That's quite a good height to start observing it comfortably. As the night progresses, the galaxy will climb higher in the sky, reaching its highest point at around 12:20 a.m., where it will be positioned at about 55 degrees above your horizon. This means the best time to observe it is near midnight when it's at its peak altitude, providing a clear and unobstructed view. Connecting this to our overall theme of understanding celestial objects and their motions, the Whirlpool Galaxy's visibility window shows how objects move across the sky and how we can plan our observations around these key times for the best viewing experience. On April 15th, we observe the moon at perihelion, which is quite a fascinating event. At this point, the Earth is approximately 0.9835 astronomical units away from the Sun, meaning it's a bit closer to the Sun than average. Meanwhile, the moon itself is at about 0.981 AU from the Sun, so it's slightly closer than Earth. What's really interesting here is the distance between Earth and the moon, which will be roughly 0.0025 AU. To put that into perspective, that's about 368,000 kilometers. This distance is crucial because it affects the apparent size of the moon in our sky and also has implications for tidal forces and gravitational interactions during this perihelion event. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding the moon's position at perihelion helps us appreciate the dynamic nature of the Earth-Moon-Sun system. It highlights how celestial mechanics influence what we observe from our vantage point on Earth, especially during specific events like this one. On April 15th, Eris will reach what's called a solar conjunction. This means it will be very close to the Sun in the sky, only about 10 degrees apart. Because of this, Eris will be completely hidden in the Sun's glare for several weeks. During this time, it won't be visible from Earth at all. Additionally, this is the moment when Eris is at its most distant point from us. Connecting this to our overall theme, it highlights how planetary positions and alignments can temporarily hide objects from our view, reminding us of the dynamic nature of our solar system and the importance of timing in our observations. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time and attention throughout this presentation. If you found this content valuable, I encourage you to like it and share it with others who might benefit from it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more insights, updates, and future content. Your support helps me continue creating valuable material for everyone. Once again, thank you for your engagement, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.